1.4 billion people. They can't all be the same, but we've got so many different brands. And as a consumer investor, how do you slice this pie?
Oh, you know, consumer tech is taking off, and so everybody has to be on the online bandwagon. Otherwise, they'll pass on the opportunity. You sometimes miss on very, very good consumer opportunities.
Rishika, I have a big conundrum. I want to understand the Indian consumer from you. 1.4 billion people, they can't all be the same, but we've got so many different brands.
Yeah.
And as a consumer investor, how do you slice this pie?
I love that question. Yeah. And I love it because you're absolutely right. I mean, the Indian consumer is not homogeneous. There's age, income, cultural, so many differences, education levels, language. I think what we have done internally is we have created a framework at Venturi to break customers into personas and then identify within those personas what kinds of products and services they would consume. And let me tell you what I mean, right? So we've essentially broken it down into three personas. There's the delta customer, the beta customer, and the alpha customer. Now, what is the distinction? In terms of psychology, the delta customer is status seeking. The beta customer is income seeking. The alpha customer is wealth seeking. Now, when I'm status, income, or wealth seeking, when you double click on what that means is that for the delta customer, they will never adopt a product or service first. They will wait for everyone else to adopt it, and they will then buy it when it sort of can relate to their status seeking need. But that also means that they will not be the most loyal customers, because as soon as the trend changes, they will jump on that next trend simply because what they're chasing is status. The second thing about this kind of customer is that they are trust deficit. So they want to see first and buy later. So for this kind of customer, you want to have a lot of offline presence. You want to have products and services where they can go see it, see the crowd around, how many people are looking at this product. Oh, this looks like it's getting a lot of attention. And then eventually they will make that purchase decision. You have to incentivize them with a lot of discounting.
Right.
To initiate trials. When you go to the beta customer, who, like I said, is income seeking, this person is trying to move upward, right? So they are starting to have opinions about what they like. They will try first and buy later. So if you remember, delta was see first, buy later. These guys will try first, buy later. So they need sampling. You want to be able to give them the sample so they can see value for money. Because they are trying to move upward, they have the desire to spend. They have the desire even to elevate their own lifestyle. But they just want to be sure of what they're purchasing is value for money. And when you come to the third kind of customer, which is the alpha customer, which is wealth seeking, he'll buy first, see later. He is optimizing for time. Because he's constantly seeking wealth creation opportunities, he doesn't want to waste his time thinking about, is this safe? Can I trust this product? They are trust default customers. They don't need discounting. They need to feel that this product is solving a problem in my life. Or it is a feel-good product, whatever they're going after. And the moment they see that, they'll buy it. If they don't like it, they will very quickly discard it without spending too much time thinking, oh, was this value for money? I have to be extra careful the next time around. That's not how they think. And so each of these have different consumption patterns. For example, for the last consuming class, the alpha customer, quick commerce makes a lot of sense because they just want convenience. They don't want to have to think, oh, I have to plan my grocery list, right? As a working woman, it's the last thing I want to do. And if I have to pay a 30 rupee delivery for getting my groceries in 10 minutes, I will do that because I am looking at I'm looking at life very, very differently. I don't want to put in hard work where it's not necessary. I'd rather put it where I think I can multiply my money.
Sure.
So that is really how, so those are guys that will go after premiumization. They need online business models. They need frictionless payments. They need convenience, so on and so forth. The middle one requires a little bit of nudge, so sampling, a lot of, testers, a lot of trust around when the product is delivered, on-time delivery, a little bit of offline, a little bit of online. But the first kind of customer definitely needs offline. So I think that is how we then create products and services for each of these. So for example, we're looking at a company in the mass footwear space. Now the question that everyone is asking is that, and actually a lot of funds passed on that opportunity saying that, oh, this company is entirely online, is entirely offline. They don't have any online presence. This is a brand that sells sneakers at, call it $10 to $12. Now this customer is not buying online. So if the brand were to be online, it wouldn't sell. This is a customer that is a delta customer, which I mentioned, right? Which is status seeking, is very apprehensive, doesn't trust. He wants to go into the store. He wants that store owner whom he knows in his locality to tell him ki aap ye wala product kharido, ye acha brand hai.
Right.
So for that brand to be online is pointless.
Correct.
But when we try and put them all in, consumer tech is taking off, and so everybody has to be on the online bandwagon, otherwise they'll pass on the opportunity. You sometimes miss on very, very good consumer opportunities.
No, that framework's amazing.
Yeah.
Because I don't think, I think a lot of brands just get clubbed in as consumer.
Exactly.
While everyone has a unique value proposition, and they're going after different segments of the society, and with different, I would say, marketing angles.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to see that play out.